If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're interested in prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is not new. We are all in some manner already familiar with it. My goal with this video is to go over a basic example of how engineers can leverage prompts. We are not going to build a programmatic workflow. There are plenty of tools available out there, such as semantic kernel, LangChain, to do that. Perhaps we may cover it in a different video. This tutorial, on the other hand, we will use prompt engineering with large language models to create a simple AI-enabled solution. We'll cover the steps from creating an initial prompt to refining it, and finally using it to fetch data. So let's get started. Imagine I want to build an app for my kids who are 5 years and 2 years old. And this app will allow them to watch videos. Well, for the lack of imagination, think of it as YouTube for kids. I want to make sure my kids are watching videos that are helpful and are age appropriate. Well, keep that context in mind. Here is how we can do it with ChatGPT. The first step is to create an initial prompt. Don't worry about perfection. Just jot down your thought. What do you want ChatGPT to do? Right? So let me quickly share my screen. So here you can see this is my initial prompt. The prompt says, when it comes to kids video, what are the characteristics of a good video? Well, the first step is I want to figure out what are the good characteristics. What I also want the LLM to do is to return this response back in a JSON format. I'm an engineer. I understand JSON well. I want it in a JSON format. If you're using API, there is no need to specify to use this to say that you want the response to be in JSON format. OpenAPI has, you can specify it as an input parameter to the OpenAPI API. Nevertheless, it's always a good idea to specify it, along with the structure, the schema of the response that you want the LLM to output. Now, well, we can use this as this, or we can use LLM to refine this initial prompt. It's always a good idea to do some refinement. Let's refine this prompt. Let's ask ChatGPT to refine this prompt. I'll add some separator. What I'm asking ChatGPT is to refine the prompt below using the best practices in prompt engineering. Right? Great. Now I have this prompt. Right? Now that we have a better prompt, let's run this prompt to get the list of the characteristics. I'm just going to copy it, paste it. Great. What ChatGPT is doing is giving me back the characteristics in the JSON format. Some of the characteristics, let's take a look at those characteristics. Educational content makes sense, should be engaging animation, perhaps yes. Positive message, absolutely. Interactive elements, and the age range is 4 to 7 and 7 to 9. This sounds good. Age appropriate content, absolutely. Diverse representation, short duration, catchy music, ad free, that's great. And character development, good. This looks good. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy it. Well, this is not done, right? We still want, what we want is a list of videos that I can, well, show it in my app, right? So this is a great first step. I've got the characteristics. Next, I'm going to use this, create another prompt, add this information, add the JSON to the prompt to give me back the final list of videos, right? So how do we go about doing this? I'll continue in the same session. Let me copy paste it over here. And I'm going to add using the below criteria, return a list of YouTube videos. Again, the answer must be in JSON format. I'm going to say this is the criteria. And this should be my response. Great. Now let's see. If you notice, the first thing ChatGPT does is goes on the web, goes to the web, does the web search. It searches the top 5 sites, and now it's doing some kind of filtering, coming back with the list of videos which are age appropriate. Let's see if they are actually age appropriate. Right? It does say that these channels have been selected based on the alignment with the characteristics of a good kids video education, such as educational content, engaging animation. They cover a range of topics. Great. Now take a list. Khan Academy Kids. Great. Yeah, my kids watch it. Nat Geo for kids. Yeah, absolutely. Brain pop. If you notice, what we asked ChatGPT to do is not just return us the video URLs. We also asked it to match the video to the characteristics and the reason why you're matching the characteristics. I think this step is very, very important, not just in the context of this particular application that we are eventually will end up building, but in general, when you're trying to ask ChatGPT something, ask it to reason for the response. And what you will notice as you're asking it to reason for the response is the quality of the answers are dramatically, if not dramatically, are definitely better than what it would be in the absence of the reason. Right? It's great to see the age range as well. Well, that's it. Now I can take this list, feed it in my app, build an app. I can create this whole workflow and create an application where I'm calling this 4 or 5 prompts every time. And hopefully I'll ask it not to produce the same results again and again, because my kids won't be very happy. But you see, like it's how powerful it is to just use prompts combined with LLM using prompt engineering to come up with a set of list to build a prototype as simple as this, which could have taken potentially like many days in the past in the absence of LLM. Right? One thing to note, for production use cases, you may want to set up a more comprehensive workflows with additional pre and post processing steps. Yeah, this I hope this gives you a little bit more of an idea how engineers can think of prompt and LLMs as not just like to generate responses, but kind of like enable, create more advanced workflows on their own data. And what kind of workflows you can create, it's up to you. Right? I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Happy LLM.